get a straight Cardi diss on this album.
Why would there be a Cardi diss?
I don't know. Like, I don't even know, like, why would you think that?
Because when Cardi dropped her song Pretty and Petty as F, you posted in the studio and said, well, now I have 16 songs that you can name.
Like, that was a year ago. Like, and what am I going to do? Like, keep beefing with Partisan? If I decide to address it 6 months from now, two weeks from now, a year from now, cool, I can address it. But I could address it on wax. That's what I did the first time.
Yeah.
I went to she said my name. I went to the studio and addressed it in 24 hours. And then you made me wait a whole year. So what I'm supposed to do? Bring myself back to a lower frequency when I'm already up here?
It was like something about you supposed to have like a sex tape or something like that.
There were fans that were like bringing up similarities between like a video, a couple songs. They even she even called me multiple times with like managers on the phone, my friends on the phone, like trying to get me on three-way to record me, do all this weird stuff. And like, when I get on the phone with somebody, I'm genuine. So my first intention is not like, oh, let me record this so I can use it as a receipt. Like, if you inspired by somebody or you think somebody is tight, like, it's nothing wrong to be like, if the fans pull out that similarity, you to be like, oh yeah, I think she's fire.
Yeah.
But why you gotta downplay it and be like, no, I didn't do that. That's not, I wouldn't fuck with that. Like, that's not true. You know that's not true because it's receipts.
I'm ready with receipts. I be proving shit.
Cousins, the tension between Cardi B and Baya just got a whole lot messier. And it looks like this rap feud is far from over. But this time, it's Bia who's taking a surprising step back, saying she may never respond to Cardi's diss, because according to her, Cardi took an entire year to clap back in the first place. Be sure to subscribe. Let's get the receipt. Now, if you've been following this storm closely, you know Bia and Cardi have been throwing subliminals for months. But things reached a boiling point after Cardi dropped her fiery diss track, seemingly directed straight at Bia. The lyrics were sharp, the tone personal, and fans immediately started dissecting every bar, pulling out receipts, references, and even matching Cardi's words to Bia's old tweets. Instead of matching energy, Bia decided to take a different route. During a recent live stream, she said calmly, "I might never respond. I'm on a higher frequency than all that." The statement instantly split the internet in half. Half of the fans applauded her for choosing peace, but the other half? They saw it as running from a fight she started. One fan commented under a Shade Room post, "Baya acting like she's too spiritual now because she knows Cardi ate her up." Another chimed in, "Girl, don't start beef if you can't handle the smoke." Cardi took her time, but she delivered. And just like that, the energy online turned explosive. Bia, however, doubled down. In a separate post, she said, "Fans made this beef bigger than it ever needed to be. I said what I said, but I don't have to prove myself every time somebody mentions my name." The statement might have sounded like maturity to some, but to others, it was pure deflection. Meanwhile, Cardi's fans, better known as the Bardi Gang, weren't having it. They flooded Bia's mentions with comments like, "Higher frequency doesn't mean hiding, sis," and "Say you scared without saying you scared." It became clear that Cardi's supporters viewed Bia's silence as weakness, not wisdom. Still, Bia seems unbothered. She's been posting glamorous photos, motivational quotes, and cryptic captions like, "I don't argue with low vibrations." But cousins, the internet doesn't forget. And they're bringing the receipts. Some fans reminded everyone that Bia had been throwing shade at Cardi long before this peaceful attitude appeared. A resurfaced clip from 2023 showed Bia on IG Live laughing at Cardi's music streams, saying, "Some people got big names, but small numbers." That one comment had sparked speculation back then, and now it's coming back to haunt her. Adding to the drama, reports surfaced that Cardi might have a vault of responses she's been holding back. According to insiders, she planned to let Bia's words simmer before clapping back in a way that would shut down the entire conversation. And when she finally did, fans say she did just that. But here's where things get even more tangled. Some fans claim that Bia's new, spiritual energy is nothing but a rebrand, after realizing she bit off more than she could chew. She saw how hard Cardi came for JT and thought she could slide by playing nice, one fan posted. Another went viral for saying, "Cardi's diss wasn't just music, it was a message. Bia's trying to act above it because she knows she can't win." Comments like these have fueled the narrative that Bia is retreating, not rising above. Still, others defend Bia's stance. A fan on X wrote, "People need to stop pressuring women to keep fighting. She said she's done with negativity. Let her grow." It's a valid point, but in the world of rap, where words are everything, silence often speaks louder than bars. Cardi, for her part, hasn't said much publicly since her diss dropped, but her subtle likes and reposts tell their own story. She's clearly aware of the chatter, and she's letting the fans do the talking for her. But things took a wild turn when fan accounts started spreading an outrageous rumor that Cardi should release the alleged sex tape she had with Offset as revenge. That comment, though unverified and reckless, blew up online. Fans dragged it across platforms saying it was too far and crossing lines that have nothing to do with music. The controversy reignited conversations about privacy, women's empowerment, and how far fans go to stir drama. Some even accused fan pages of trying to pit women against each other for clicks and chaos. But still, the line between support and obsession seems to blur more every day. And cousins, just when we thought the storm might be calming down, Bia posted one final story that read, "I forgive everyone who tried to play with me. God bless." A peaceful message? Maybe. But many fans think it's a subtle jab cloaked in calm energy. Because in this game, forgiveness might just mean I'm not done yet. Oh. When Bia said she operates at a higher frequency, it wasn't just a throwaway line. It became the new center of the debate. Fans, critics, and even other rappers started weighing in on what that really meant. Was it a way of dodging a lyrical showdown? Or was Bia genuinely choosing growth over gossip? The internet, of course, had opinions. One viral post read, "Bia talks like she's in a yoga retreat, but Cardi talks like she's from the Bronx. And that's the difference." The comment quickly sparked thousands of retweets, with fans laughing but also acknowledging the truth in it. But behind the memes and debates, sources say Bia's label isn't happy with her decision to stay quiet. Reportedly, they feel she's missing a major moment to capitalize on attention and boost her streaming numbers. One insider allegedly said, "Controversy sells. If she doesn't respond, she's letting Cardi dominate the narrative." Meanwhile, Cardi's diss continues to climb in views, trending across YouTube and TikTok. Every lyric has been broken down, analyzed, and turned into content by fans. The bar where she allegedly says, "They manifest peace when they can't manifest hits," was widely believed to be a direct shot at Bia. And cousins, the timing couldn't be more ironic. While Bia preaches higher vibration energy, her name is still trending because of the very drama she's trying to avoid. That's the power of the internet. Once you're part of a storm, silence won't always save you. As the situation unfolds, some fans are calling for reconciliation, hoping the two women can put their differences aside. But others believe it's gone too far for that. The words, the songs, the shade, it's all too public to just walk away. Then, in a surprising twist, an old clip of Cardi resurfaced from a Twitter Spaces conversation where she said, "I don't beef for likes, I beef for respect." Fans immediately contrasted that with Bia's new Zen energy, saying the two artists are simply from different worlds. And maybe that's why they'll never see eye to eye. Still, others suspect this is just the calm before another lyrical explosion. A few anonymous insiders have hinted that Cardi might be working on another track, this time addressing the spiritual shade Bia's been throwing. If true, things are about to heat up again. One producer close to the situation told an outlet, "Cardi's not done. She's in the studio, and if Bia keeps talking about frequencies, she's gonna turn that into a hook." Now that, cousins, would be wild. And while Bia's out here saying fans created the feud, her fans keep fanning the flames with their own posts. Screenshots, old tweets, deleted comments. Nothing disappears on the internet. The receipts are always waiting. Fans are also pointing out the deeper irony. Bia started this by shading Cardi's music and numbers months ago. Now she's the one preaching about energy and peace. One comment summed it up perfectly. Bia built the house, Cardi burned it down, and now Bia's meditating in the ashes. By the end of the week, the online conversation had shifted again. What started as a diss track debate has turned into a broader discussion about maturity, rivalry, and how fame can trap artists in cycles of conflict they can't escape. Bia may be stepping back for now, but Cardi's dominance in the headlines isn't slowing down. Every post, every like, every sub, the fans are watching. And as long as both names are trending together, this feud isn't truly over. Because in celebrity beef, silence isn't the end. It's just the pause before the next verse drops.